Ooh, we back with another installment. Y'all know the vibes. More kicks than Cobra Kai. Busting shots every time we rolling by. Your partner, player partner, Lush. Ooh, no. Can I get a ooh, no? We back again. This is Lush World. Shouts to all my constituents. If you don't know the assignment by now, you better get right and act right. Like, share, subscribe. Run it up, baby. We going crazy. And with me today, we are blessed by hood royalty. You feel me?
Yep.
The legendary Thrizzle.
P3.
Hey, what's happening, man? You know me, Thrizzle, Northside Inglewood, where it's never bull. It's always, you know what I'm saying, treacherous. What's happening?
From the city of champions himself. You feel me? And of course, my boy, you know, one of the dopest engineer, producer, artist, triple threats in the game. You feel me?
Sir, yeah, go by the name of KWAK Z.
My boy Z. Z.
Yeah, you know, me and Lush been, tapped in, you feel me?
Yeah, that's my, it was dope to see you pop up today.
Appreciate it for having me.
And the two of y'all together, that's a...
Yeah.
Man, it's like Mustard and YG, DJ.
Yeah.
I'm telling
I
you.
must have been who raps too, though. You feel me?
Yeah. Okay, Kanye, we were switching. Kanye Yeezy.
Yeah, Kanye to Jay-Z type shit.
Yeah.
Spicy mustard and you feel me? Yeah. With that being said, Thrizzle, you got a fascinating story. Your life is crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hell yeah, for sure.
First of all, for those who don't know, what is your nationality?
I'm Filipino. My dad is Filipino. My mom, she's Spanish and Indian.
Okay. And when you say Indian, you mean native?
Yeah.
I always say this, Filipinos are some of my favorite people in the world.
Man.
Like the most accommodating, loving. You go into a Filipino household, they gonna treat you right. You gonna eat good.
For sure.
Hopefully get some of that lumpia in your damn system.
Feel me?
This is something that I feel like gets neglected too. And when I have a Filipino guest, we gotta chop it up about this. Jollibees.
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I heard about it.
You ain't never had Jollibees?
Never been to Jollibees.
Okay. So I'm gonna let you know like this. We gotta do a skit or like a video where Lush One takes Thrizzle
For sure.
to Jollibees. Cause
Yeah.
for those that don't know, you feel me, that's that Filipino fast food chicken.
Man,
You get it with a plate of spaghetti. And I don't understand why Jollibees isn't in more conversations when they talking about
In and out, Shake Shack type shit.
or like KFC and Popeyes, because the chicken at Jollibees,
I heard it's booming.
it's man.
Triple
I
boom.
heard it. I've heard it from 3 different people in one day, damn near.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's the best. It's my favorite. Now I will say, it comes with a side order of some churro. You feel me? You might need to get your stomach right.
Yeah,
But other than that, I don't give a. I'll take the diarrhea with it. That's how bomb it is.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
That's that fire right there.
Yeah, hell
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so growing up, you were born in the East Coast, right?
Yeah, I was born in New Jersey, Inglewood, New Jersey.
From Inglewood to Inglewood.
Yeah, you feel me? The connection, yeah.
That's crazy. But you were still a baby when you moved to LA, or
Nah, but see, my mom is from LA. She went to Hollywood High and all that. My dad, he came out here from the Philippines, but we had family out in New Jersey. So she was pregnant, and he went to the East Coast to be with other family members, and he had somebody else out there, another female out there that was pregnant. So my mom, she followed him out there, and that's how I ended up was born out there.
Okay.
But then she came back straight back out here.
So you were still like
Probably not even. I was still probably months old.
okay, yeah. So you were really technically you was born in Jersey, but you really born and raised in LA when you break it down.
Yeah.
And you spent most of your time around your mom's side of the family, though, right? So,
that's not a big side, so yeah.
Yeah.
But she would always go look for my pops, go look for that side of the family. It would always be a coincidence of her running into somebody on that side of the family. So I would see them sporadically. You know what I'm saying? And she would try to meet up with them, and my dad came back out here, so I've seen him sporadically growing up through the years, but I never really stayed with him until I was in 15 when I was in a placement in group home. And then the social worker had found him. Then I went and stayed with him, but it didn't last. I stayed there for probably 2 months, and then it didn't last over there. I ended up going back to group homes and shit.
Right. Okay. We gonna touch on all that. I'm just trying to get the chronology, because
sure.
your story is Man, that's a diamond in the rough right there. So growing up in your section of Inglewood, is that more like the northern side of
That's the
Inglewood?
north side. I mean, we used to say west side back then, but as time progressed, we was like, oh, this is the north side of Inglewood, because we like on the borderline down there, like Westchester,
Right.
and then south, and then like South Central over here. You feel me? So
I always got to tell people this when they're from that section. I lost my virginity at 14 years old on 80th Street. You feel me?
Yeah.
With the fly little tenderoni from Westchester. You feel me?
That's right.
Right over there. Yeah. So I always have love for the wood for that.
Man, for sure.
Because the first time I was blessed with the wood, I was in the wood. You feel me? Or I should say I blessed her with the wood.
Yeah.
You feel me? But yeah.
Got the bar. Right.
That's what's up though. And in that section over there, Inglewood's a pretty diverse city, but there's not really that many, Filipinos or like anything outside of. That's a predominantly black area.
Yeah, and, I mean, they got the Tongas had they came over there. They're off like 104th. They have they got a little section, but as far as the Filipinos or even any Asians, there wasn't none when I was over there. When I first arrived there and was growing up, there wasn't none.
But there's always been a really strong cultural connection between blacks and Filipinos.
Yeah.
I noticed that living in the Bay Area. I'm from LA, born and raised on the west side of LA, but I moved up to Oakland when I was 19, spent about like 12, 13 years up there.
Okay.
And when I was up there, there's a lot of Filipinos.
Yeah.
And they're pretty much like, beyond like the grandparents and all that.
Yeah.
The cultural similarities and the way that they blend, it's pretty much the same thing. You know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
Did you feel that camaraderie pretty much growing up, like with the black folks around you?
Yeah, I mean, 'cause like I say, I always say this, like I never looked at colors or none of that shit when I was growing up, because I was like, shit, we all brothers. Like I know I wasn't white, so I just knew that like we all got brown skin, we all, you know what I'm saying, we all the same, we all brothers, we all growing up in this area. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I didn't look at race until I hit juvenile hall. Other than that, there was no like difference between us.
Right.
These are my brothers.
Right.
No matter what, you know what I'm saying?
Which is a contrast to Z, who you grew up in K-Town, right?
Nah, well, shit, I've been all around the places. So, I used to live in Japan when I was from like 5 to 12, and then from 12 to 19, that's when I was growing up in South Korea.
Okay.
And then I moved over here to the States.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was.
So originally you're not from here then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I've been all around the places. So like, you know what I'm saying? I can't just like pick one place as like, oh, this is my like real like hometown type shit. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah.
Still like a sharp contrast from.
No, for sure. Yeah, for sure. And I mean, most of the background that I could think of as far as like thinking of like, oh, this is my like youth memories is from South Korea. You know,
Okay.
like in middle school, high school, all that shit is from South Korea. So yeah, like
Seoul.
yeah, Seoul City. Yep.
Okay, yeah, that's
yeah.
got the soul in Seoul, baby. Come on.
Sir, yes,
Yeah.
Get a map in the soul. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And well, so at what age did you realize what gangs were?
Man, I would have to say like, I'll probably say maybe like, well, I really understood it because at 12 and 13, you're just like, you know what I'm saying? You're like, we all brothers. You know what I'm saying? We in the neighborhood. We all going to the elementaries, junior highs and all that. You know what I'm saying? But then we starting now as we hit the junior highs. I'll probably say in junior high now we're starting to like, okay, it's beef, it's fighting. Now it's like, you from where? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'll probably say in junior high, I'll probably say in the seventh grade summer going to the 8th grade is like, you know.
That's when it got kicked off.
Yeah, because I say in the 6th grade going to the 7th is when I got put on, and then it was still like everybody that was where I was staying at or in my area, we all was going to the same junior highs. So then it wasn't nothing, but till I hit that I got kicked out of that junior high. Then I went to another junior high. Then it was like, you're from where? You came from what? You know what I'm saying?
And see, it's hard to tell with you because a lot of Filipinos, y'all age slow as fuck.
Yeah.
So you could be 20-something years old,
Yeah.
or I'm 41. You could be close to my age,
Yeah, for sure.
and I have no fucking clue.
Right.
But when I've heard you talk in your frame of references, I was like, I think you're a little bit closer to my age.
yeah,
You feel
for
me?
sure.
Like,
Yeah.
So you was around in the 90s
In the
and all
90s,
that.
banging, banging, and you know what I'm saying? Like I say, that shit, yeah, banging, and where it was, you gonna say what you gonna say, you gonna get what you got coming, whether you gonna give it up or dish it out. You feel me? So yeah, hell yeah.
What would you say is the difference between banging back then and right now?
Man, right now you can go on Instagram or social media and talk a whole bunch of shit and say I did this and say I did that and look on Citizens apps and say I was just over here, go check it out there. How you don't get known off of, hey, I posted an Instagram picture, I dissed a gang of motherfuckers, and now the homie posted it and his homie posted it and his homegirl posted it. Nah, you got to, how you got known when I was coming up is you got known from your actions in the street, how you get into it with somebody, an enemy or something, and they be like, hey, I got down with that fool. Who is that? Oh, the one that he looked like a Mexican or something. No, oh, the Asian fool. Oh yeah, you got down him. Yeah, what's his name? Oh yeah, Pint, baby Pint from NHP. Oh yeah, on everything. I was in the halls with that fool. Yeah, he was squabbling and this. That's how you got your name up. That's how people knew who you were and how you knew how to represent yourself. They like, oh yeah, he was with the shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because that was word of mouth. That's how you got. It wasn't just, hey, I passed it to AZ, post this, or hey, post this for me. And it wasn't like that.
It's all word of mouth.
Yeah.
It's all reputation.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because somebody's gonna know you're gonna go somewhere, you're gonna squabble somebody, you're gonna whatever else that encounters with in the street shit, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna happen, and they're gonna be like, hey, he did this, that. Oh, he with the shit, or they be like, oh, nah, he's a clown, fool. Hey, fool's he a buster, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? They gonna know exactly what it is. But you know what I'm saying? That's why it was mandatory, especially me being Filipino, to put myself out there like I'm with all the smoke, I want all the shit, and I want it 10 times harder than anybody else because I'm gonna have to prove myself more for the simple fact that I'm not black. You feel me?
So did you feel like you were like kind of discriminated against, or people like kind of had you twisted at first? Like,
yeah, for sure. I'm not black, and then I'm small, so they like, oh yeah, we gonna push a line on it, but I'm not going for none of that. You know what I'm saying? In my head, I already knew like they gonna have to just fuck me over right here because I'm not going out like that. I'm gonna get off first. I'm gonna whatever I gotta do in the halls. I'm gonna sock you while you not looking. I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to get the upper hand on you because I'm not going out like that. So when my name get to ringing, they be like, oh yeah, fool, he was doing his thing. Little ass motherfucker, hit motherfucker with broomsticks, socking you while you. I'll be taking a leak. I see an enemy on the toilet, and I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna turn her back around. I see him on the toilet. I'm gonna sock him right where he's taking the shit. You know what I'm saying?
He's squabbling with the mic.
Yeah, hey, you know what I'm saying? But,
and I'm gaffling the damn toilet paper.
Yeah, you
got a shitty ass hand afterwards.
Yeah, you feel me? Whether I lose or win, at least I got off first. They gonna know. Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? So,
Right. No, it's like that. You ever hear that one Dave Chappelle's routine where he's talking about if you see a white boy with a group of blacks, you know he did some crazy shit to get some credibility with them. Kind of reminds me of that. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Which makes like if I see, you know, a group of individuals and I see someone of a different race, I'm like, he's the one you got to look out for right there because
hell yeah,
he probably had to do the most to put in the most work or whatever to fit in and all that. So
to get your name up and then for motherfuckers to be like, okay, yeah, we, you know what I'm saying? That's how you had to get your respect, bro. It wasn't like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like it is now. You can't just chunk some gang signs up and just, you know what I'm saying? Oh, la, you say this and we gonna go with you and tell the story. Nah, your story is gonna be on that concrete.
And it's like way more like that. It's not supposed to be for the people to see all that shit,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Like,
yeah. You know what I'm saying?
It's like some police activities then.
Yeah, that's why like when we do these vlogs and all this, I always tell them when they get to asking all these, nah, man, everybody out here, we take care of our kids. That's not, you know what I'm saying? My thing is just to show you where we grew up at, and this is the environment we grew up at. I'm not here to tell every fucking story, and that ain't what I'm here for. I'm here to show how the people on this side of the town grew up, and you know what I'm saying? How we came up and how we coming up and elevating.
Well, and to me, and I catch a lot of flack for this when I say it. Gangs are not a negative thing. Now they can be, and they become a really destructive force in society. But the original intention of Bloods and Crips, these are supposed to be organizations that are, and the same thing with essays too.
Yeah, protecting the community,
protecting the community, making sure that people aren't getting bullied by other races or outsiders or the cops and all that. And like, so there's real, Crips and Bloods started as children of the Black Panther Party and things like that. So do you feel like that revolutionary roots as far as like your approach to blooding?
To my approach to that is I do, because you know what I'm saying, I still live by a certain code, like, you know what I'm saying, we not doing nothing to innocent people, we not jacking nobody, we not robbing no old people, I ain't fucking with nobody that, you know what I'm saying, there's a code that I stick to. So I feel like, yeah, as far as the way I move, I feel like it is, that's how I move. Now I can't speak for anybody else, but the way I move is, yeah, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, this is, because when I grew up, this is the neighborhood that I'm from, this is a neighborhood that I grew up in, so everybody over here, I try to make sure that everybody was good and everything over here was straight, you know what I'm saying, as far as even the regular people, like we help,
right.
like moms getting out and we helping, you know what I'm saying, regular kids, moms and kids playing basketball, the little younger dudes playing basketball, like, hey man, here go $100, go buy yourself some shoes. Like, that's how we was doing it.
Right.
That's how my big homies did it to me, at least, you feel me? So I just kept that cycle going.
And that's what makes it so alluring too. Like, damn, I want to be like those fools. Like,
Yeah.
they the superheroes. Y'all the superheroes in the neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
So you said you like 13 years old, around there, going into 8th grade type. And was there like a change? Like, you kicking it in 7th grade, you with everybody in the school, and then after that summer, these same kids you're kicking it with, they're no longer your homies.
Yeah, hell yeah, because they seen that change too out, that coming just that from 7th grade summer coming back in, motherfucker got the burgundy chucks on, the white socks with the burgundy stripes on them. Got the like, you know, Snoop Dogg had that he came with that nothing but a G thing. He had that blue hat with that weed plant. I had the burgundy one with the weed plant. I had the belt hanging to the floor. They like, what the fuck? This little James, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Now my fingers just twisted and now I'm you know what I'm saying, I'm still like, I'm grilling people, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying, this is what now I know, like in my head, I'm like, bro, that first kickoff when somebody first bangs on you and you get into that squabble and you might give somebody a black eye or you get a black eye, and then you're like, okay, hey, this shit is this ain't for play, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So now I'm like, now as a kid, I'm starting to realize, like, bro, either you gotta, I always resort back to saying this, you either gotta be a shark, you gonna be a shark out here, or you gonna be a guppy, you gonna be the, you know what I'm saying, I'm not being a guppy, I'm gonna be the shark, I'm gonna be the one that's gonna lay the force, I'm not gonna get the force laid down, you feel me?
How quick did it elevate from catching fades to weapons and gunplay and all that?
I think probably the first time I got jumped by some grown ass men, and I was on my bike, and I was in another neighborhood that we don't get along with, and then, you know, there's I never forget this, bro. They rode up on me. I'm on a bike, you know what I'm saying? They rode up on me like wooty woo. They saying that little shit, and I'm like, nigga, this Piru, nigga, fuck wooty woops. You feel me? And they jumped out the car, grown ass men, and whooped my ass and broke my arm.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? And from that,
how many of them? Like
2.
Okay.
Yeah, but they was like 25. Like, right. I know they was fresh out the pen. You feel me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Threw my bike in the street, burnt my hat, you know what I'm saying, with a lighter. I'm like, from that point on, I said, man, I'm not taking no losses. I went to my homie, I bought me a 22 for $80. And that from that point on, I said, yeah, you might can get me with these, but I bet you're not gonna get me with that.
Right. That was probably the dirtiest 22 of all time too, huh?
Yeah, man. I didn't even ask for it. I was so mad. I was like, yeah, I don't give a damn. I was like, I had the cash on. I'm like, man, give me that shit. Hey, man, sign my cash too. I told the homie, sign my cash, man, and cross everything out on it. Yeah.
So, how you went to juvie then?
Yeah, hell yeah.
So how soon after, like, the put on and everything going up, do you wind up getting caught?
I'd say probably like, man, it wasn't long. It would have to be probably maybe like a month and a half later was the first time I went. Yeah. For stealing. I went in there, we was boosting out of JC Penney's.
Okay, it's funny. I saw in another interview you did.
Yeah.
You was talking about the boosting, and
yeah,
I could really relate to you on that, because when I always tell people, like, my introduction to real, besides like tagging and like smoking weed, whatever, my real introduction to doing anything criminal is because I wanted to be extra fly. Parents aren't trying to buy me certain gear, whatever. So I'm like, I'm finna rack. And then, like, became a professional. Back in the 90s, we would go to Bloomies and Macy's and all that.
Yeah.
We take all the Nautica and the Polo, the Tommy Hilfiger, walk out of that motherfucker with like 6 jackets on.
Man,
like,
hell yeah.
Then just doing the dash straight up.
On everything. Hey, we used to do that shit, bro. We was doing that, and we'll hit Eddie Bowers. We'll be having bags. We'll have backpacks. But our favorite one, we used to have we're still over there. We got a Ross in the Hood, and we used to what we used to do is we used to get the duffel bags. Me and one of my closest homies, we'll get the duffel bags and we'll walk around that motherfucker motherfucker filling them up. I'm talking about bro, the bags are so heavy we're dragging them, but there's an exit door, so we'll throw them all in there. You know what I'm saying? And I look at him, he be like, you ready? Like, you ready? Like, hell yeah. That exit door, we hit that exit door, that motherfucker, just till it closed. And we were running. One of the homies will be in the back. You know what I'm saying? We'll throw the big ass bags over the wall. We'll throw it over. He'll be in the back waiting in the car. Then we'll skirt off. You know what I'm saying? We'll give him like 4 or 5 outfits. But I swear, man, we'll have like 10 pair of shoes, 15 pairs of pants, 10 sweatshirts, 5 pairs of socks, 20 pairs of drawers. We'll have the whole 5 belts. Like, you know,
y'all were fresh.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, because that's the first time I learned. Like in junior high, I was like, they used to be like, oh man, you know, James, he's so cute in this, but he don't know how to dress. I'm like, I used to be like, what? Like in down. So I told one of my homies, like, don't trip. You know what I'm saying? So when I got put on, that was my road dog recipes, little pint. That fool used to be like, I'm gonna show you. You know what I'm saying? And from that point on, I ain't never been not fly from that day forward. When he said, this is how you gotta rock it, throw this on with it like this, do the chucks like that, you know what I'm saying? From that point on, it was a wrap.
That's a big deal it's still a big deal, but when you that age, that's a real big deal.
Yeah, especially because your peers, at least your peers, you like, damn, you know, you worried about what they think and how they thinking of you, so you like, damn, so that should just like amplify me to be like, nah, fuck that, I'm finna be fly.
Yeah, and so when you wind up getting, like, what happened when you got caught up that first time?
Man, I went to juvenile hall. So they arrested me. They
caught you at the Ross, or
nah? They caught us. No. So first off, they caught us. We got arrested at seven. We was got into it at 7-Eleven. We was packing bags full of shit at 7-Eleven. It was me and my homies. We ended up getting cracked. We fought the dudes at 7-Eleven. They tried to grab us. We was kids. We fought them. Then we ended up going. That was the first time I went. So they took us from there to the Inglewood substation. And from Inglewood substation, we went to juvenile hall for stealing from out of 7-Eleven. But then they let me. I stayed in there probably like till that court date. And the judge, she was like, oh, she used to tell my mom, like, this is before I went to the group home. So I was still with my mom. They're like, oh, he's such a good kid. We think he's gonna change. Because I was small and I should just be like smiling, like, yeah, like I was wrong. Like I'm not gonna do it again. I promise. You know.
Before the face tats and all.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm not gonna do it in there. Like, we're gonna give him another chance. Send him back home. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I got cracked at J.C. Penney's. That's where I got cracked, and then it was like, no, we're not sending you home. Or go Central Juvenile Hall. That's where you're headed to. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's where I went.
Now, okay, when you first went to juvie, was it like? Because it's like from my experience when I was out there, the racial politics in juvie aren't as crazy.
Nah.
You know what I mean? So pretty much it's like everybody over there. It's like,
you can just fight, like, cause as far as like state penitentiaries and county jails, like, you're not gonna be able to get a hit of fay with another race. You know what I'm saying? As far as like Southside or something like that, that's not gonna happen. It's gonna be a race riot. So. And then juvenile hall, it's like, if he's your enemy, like, you know what I'm saying? One-on-ones, okay, run him. You feel me?
Yeah. So what was juvie like for you?
Man, I say that time when I got there, it was crazy because when I got there, they was putting like blacks and Mexicans, and they was switching up the way they did the cells. So they'll put like a black and a Mexican in the cell together, and it was crazy because I went in there and it was late night, and
they're trying to make everyone be homies that way.
Yeah, like, so like you know what I mean. So there's they try to keep the conflict down. So when I went in there, so they put me in a cell. I was in a TV. They put me in a cell in a unit TV. I was in the cell, and it just so happened. So I didn't even know who the cellie was. So now, mind you, I get in there, and then they had put me in there with my dog, with one of my homies. And I'm like, oh man, it's on. You know what I'm saying? So, but as far as when we hit the school and all that, like, they was on me. They was like, because back then it was more rare to see like somebody that wasn't black from a black gang.
Right.
Like nowadays you see it, like you'll see it. It ain't nothing. It wasn't nothing like, oh, it ain't nothing special. But back then it's like, bro, you know what I'm saying? What? Like, you know what I'm saying? You'll be the talk of the halls. Like, where he at? He in unit TV. Oh yeah, we know what I'm saying?
You want to see what's cracking with, bro?
Yeah, exactly, bro. Especially the, you know what I'm saying, your enemies and shit like that. They want to know what's happening.
Yeah.
They're gonna tell you, hey, CD on TA and CD. They're gonna know a CD. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna know AB. They're gonna be like, oh yeah, you got somebody. He from Wooty Woo, man. He over there in TV, bro. what he look like, bro? He's I don't know, he's Mexican or he's Asian, but he's over there, fool.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn, that's crazy. So you basically had to throw a lot of hands.
Yeah, hell yeah. Especially once I got that CK on my back arms. Yeah, that right there, for sure. Like it, because after school you have the yard time once you get back from school. So and everybody like take your shirt off. They want you doing the push-ups and you doing all that. That's how it was in the halls. Like they want you doing the push-ups and doing a little calisthenics before you get on and play or go to basketball court or play softball. So hell yeah, when they seen that shit, they like, oh yeah, hey. Who is? Oh, that's him. Hey, run him. You know what I'm saying? People be out their windows because it's like the windows might be facing like like the HRO unit will be facing like the like where TV go to the basketball and shit at. So they'll be facing out there. They'll be like boom 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 like. Hey, they'll be banging through the windows and all of that shit. And they'll be like, hey, if they see a homie over there, they'll be like, hey, run that fool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's wild. So I mean, growing up in Inglewood. We look at Long Beach, that's an all Crip city.
Yeah.
And Inglewood's kind of like the blood capital of LA. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's a couple Crip gangs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But not really though. It's like predominantly Bloods.
Yeah, mostly all Bloods. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a blood city. That's what it's known for. Hell yeah.
Yeah. And at one point, pretty much all of y'all got along.
Yeah.
But then it kind of switched up, right?
Yeah.
Was that like did that kind of change the way you looked at the whole thing after that? You're like, damn, we not all together, like.
Yeah, I mean, because coming up, how I seen it and how I watched it from my eyes was like all Bloods got along, and then it would be the Crips that would be like beefing with each other.
They've been beefing with each other.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So they had their own little shit going on. So in my head, I'm like, okay, Bloods is like everybody is blood, and like we getting along, like this is where the unity and the love is at. You know what I'm saying? Until when I seen it start, that shit changed and started beefing, I'm like, whoa, you feel me? To where it's at now. Now it's just like, it's like really, it's like you down there like your hood's is like solo bolo. You might be your hood beef with this hood, and y'all get along with this hood, but this hood beef with that hood. So it's kind of like,
Yeah, even like even in Bompton, I see like there's Piru gangs that beef with each other out there and all that. Yeah. That tripped me out when I saw that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
From your perception, what is the difference between Piru and Blood?
Shit, man.
I know it's complicated.
I think that, other than our flag, I think it still coincides with the same thing, but I think, it's just a different name as far as the way I look at it, because we all under one umbrella. You feel me? Like whether you Blood or Piru, when you go to the pen or when you out wherever you at, like when you say Piru, you say Blood. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I used to get into it with like, there was some homies from Bompton, you know what I'm saying, that would when it'll be like some homies would diss Bloods and they be like, I'm for Piru, but to me I looked at it like I'm a Blood homie. So if you diss the B homie, you dissing the P too, you feel me? So that's how I was like, nigga, it's bliss, it's all Bloods. We under one umbrella. Just cause it say one thing on the end of it, we all say Blood. We all got down to the same enemies. We chunking up dissing the same people. So to me it's the same thing. You feel me? It's just Piru is a street. You know what I'm saying? Bloods is just we Blood. It's blood.
Most of the Piru sets are in Bompton though.
Yeah.
You don't. There's only a few of y'all that are outside. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different, but y'all got the burgundy and all that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So after you came home from juvie, were you just kind of? Did that turn you down at all, or did that turn you up more?
Man, nah. See, that really turned me up, because like I say, then they took me from my mom and they put me in a group home, and then. So that really just amplified it, because now I'm in this unknown place. I don't know nobody. They're not letting me call my mom. They're not letting me talk to nobody in my family. Now really my mom and my grandma. There was only two people I had. So when they took me and put me in there, then it's like it's savagery in there. Like I be telling people, man, the shit that I had that the kids in there dealt with. Now that shit that they dealt with back then, this shit is crazy. Like they used to fuck us up in there. You know what I'm saying? And they used to have us fucking each other up, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I remember because I got locked up in '98, and they were going to send me to juvie, but then they sent me to a drug diversion program, which is basically juvie, but it was like strictly for drug addicts or like trying to reform kids that were doing drugs or whatever. Yeah. And the whole thing, like if you fuck up there, you go in a placement home. You couldn't go to a group home. And so I was terrified at the thought of going to a group home, because I was hearing the stories and all that. Like there's a lot of people that to this day I feel like carry the scars of the psychological trauma
Yeah.
of what happened in them places.
Hell yeah, I know. I know personally, just speaking for myself, I know I do, because the shit that I seen in there and how like some of the staff react to people, like, man, I always say this shit, like, there was a staff in there, and every time, man, this shit is funny, but it's not funny. But every time that motherfucking show Cops came on, motherfuckers would be like, when that show come on, but we looking for the certain staff, because he's gonna play it out like it's on a TV show, and he got these little fake ass cuffs. He's gonna cuff us. He's gonna be beating us down, like, stop resisting arrest, and like,
What the fuck?
yeah, fucking us up, bro. When Cops come on, bro, we already knew, like, because that was a group home. It was a 3-bedroom group home, so there was 2 in each bedroom. You know what I'm saying? So we all, everybody go to regular schools and shit like that. So when we come on, we know this certain staff. When Cops come on, he's fucking us up, bro. He's gonna put them cuffs on us. He's gonna be like, stop resisting, boom, like really beating us up, like you know what I'm saying? Like he was a fucking police or something.
They really like mentally ill motherfuckers. Like,
Yeah, hell yeah, I'm telling you, bro. They used to put us in the sleeping bags sometimes. Like, if we fuck up, like, they'll put us in the sleeping bags, and they'll throw us down the stairs. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Damn.
You know, I was like, you know what I'm saying? Then if you fuck up, they got the wall. They call it the brick wall. You gonna walk through the brick wall where it's like, this was in another group home, so it's probably like it's probably like 6 bedrooms. So it's like probably 2 people in each bedroom, maybe 3, depending on how big the room was. And they'll put you in that wall, that brick wall, and you'll walk through that brick wall, and you gotta walk while everybody just bombing on you. You feel me?
yeah, that's why I don't know if you be on Facebook, but on Facebook they'll have the little like ads pop up, like,
Oh yeah, I seen it from McLaren Hall and shit.
yeah,
yeah.
shit like that. If you were incarcerated in whoop-de-whoop, you may be subject to be able to get fat compensation, because these motherfuckers done fucked up hella bad.
For sure, hell yeah.
It's all biz ad. So did you so you completed group home?
Yeah.
Or were you there till you was 18?
I was 18, hell yeah.
Damn, so you spent pretty much your whole high school.
Yeah, and I mean bouncing around from here to here to here to here, yeah. Hell yeah. In that point in time also too, that's where I stayed. I ended up staying with my dad for like 2 months, but yeah.
Okay. Did he stay in Inglewood too, or?
Nah, he stayed in the valley. He was in Arleta.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not too far away from here. And all.
Yep.
So, were you ever at any point like having to go to high school in an enemy neighborhood?
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh hell yeah. Oh, we should. So one of the group homes I stayed. It's funny because one of the group homes I stayed in, it was like on 48th and Gramercy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's in the enemies. But we had people there that went to Crenshaw.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I would ditch school because I wanted to go to Crenshaw. So I used to ask him like, hey, what's how Crenshaw's running? Like, so if you don't go to class, or how does that work? And fool would be like, they'll just do a tardy sweep, bro. You can go to tardy sweep every period.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I would hop the gate over there and be in that school all day.
ain't y'all got hella enemies over there?
Yes, I'm finna get to that. So So the first day they was thinking they thought I was from Florencia. This is the first day. So they thought I was from Florencia, and then they was shooting dice back there, man. And they was, you know what I'm saying, and then they was shooting dice, and then we went to it was me and this other fool that was in my group home. He wasn't supposed to be there either. He was from Hoover, so he was going there though. But long story short,
that's a crazy school to go from Hoover.
Yeah, exactly. So long story short, we was there. We was shooting dice anyway. So we was shooting dice, and then I told him, I'm like, hey, bro, I'm gonna get off on these fools, fool. Like, he like, bro, don't do that. They're gonna fuck you up. Long story short, so I end up, they were shooting dice, bro. I end up at one of the fools. He had he was like, he used to be thinking I don't know who he was, but he used to think he was just super hard. So he was shooting the dice, and he was shot that roll, and he was just started dissing, bro. I just socked him, bam, 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 got off on him, boom, 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 and they packed me out. They rushed me, packed me out, all of that. But I got on those, you know what I'm saying? That was the last time I ever went went up there though. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, fuck these fools. Nah, but yeah, but we went up there. I used to go up there after that though. When I graduated though, like when I was like 18, we used to go up there, like wait in front of the schools and then jump out on the bus stops and be socking fools out. You know what I'm saying?
Is that why you wanted to go there? Just to like
Yeah, hell yeah, just to get into it with people. Like I wanted to be known. I didn't just want to bang in the hood because I'm like, bro, I'm in group homes. I'm staying in group homes in Bompton. I was in Long Beach Youth Home, Zunemeyer in Long Beach. I'm all out in all these other places. I'm like, nah, fool. Like that's how I'm gonna get my name up. That's how I'm gonna get known. That's why before this rap shit, I was already like known in these streets off of just banging and who I was, because you're not gonna. My homies always tell me, bro, you gotta stop with the, you know what I'm saying, with the wooty only. You not covering your, bro. You gotta come on, man. Like they gonna be able to point you, bro. Come on, you know what I'm saying?
you stick out.
Yeah, basically, yeah, that's what he's saying, bro. You sticking out, you know what I'm saying? But I was just like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, you feel me? And, you know.
That's crazy because, like, did you ever have any encounters, whether in the streets or in the halls at that point, with any Asian gang members?
I think in juvenile hall I got into a squabble with one fool from Asian boys, and cause he had like the 126 on his arm, but then on the ABZ he had the B crossed out, and now I think that was the only fight that I got as far as with an Asian. The only fight I got into with an Asian, because even in the county, when I hit the county, like I say, when I first went to the county, all the homies was in there. Like I went to the blood module and shit. Before I went to the blood module, I was in Wayside, and riot had kicked off because of me. You know what I'm saying? Because the SA was like, bro, told the blacks like, bro, y'all gotta run him or we gonna run y'all. And then the riot ensued, and then they ended up taking me to the hole, and then from the hole I went to the blood module. But
just based on your race?
Yeah, because
you didn't violate in any way or nothing?
Nah, because they came up to me, they're like, hey, who you run with, fool? I'm like, I'm Filipino, fool, I'm a blood. They're like, okay, we got Asians that run with us. I'm like, nah, I run black, homie. And they're like, oh, is that right? All right, say less. And they went and told, you know what I'm saying, hey, look, man, this was gonna happen, woo, 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 woo. And now certain homies was like, nah, fuck that, bro. And before it even got to that point, I was just like, bro, we ain't even gonna get to this point, bro. I'm just gonna kick it off, bro. That's just how it's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? And then that happened, and then, you know, that shit go boom. The ride went off, and then they sent me to the hole.
Were the Bloods tripping on you for that, or?
Nah, hell no, because they're gonna watch how you move. Like, if you on some not turned up, like handling your candle type shit, bro, then whatever you got it, they ain't gonna have your back. But if they see, okay, like, fool, he's really with the shit, we rocking with him because he rocking with us, bro, then ain't no shit, you feel me?
Right. So did you want to graduate in high school or
in prison?
Okay.
I got my GD in prison.
That's dope though.
Yeah,
that's dope.
Hell yeah.
Good for something, right? Shit.
Yeah, my mama was proud.
Hell yeah.
10 years down the line, she's like, I hung your GED up. I'm like, man, that shit is old. She like, nah, that's something to be proud about. I'm like, man, you know, because she was big on that education shit with me.
Right.
You know.
So at what point did you wind up? It's like you went to, how long was you in prison for?
I've been to prison 5 times. So, okay. But I've been to the county probably like 50. But so in 2001 is when I went to the pen for my first time.
Okay. And what led up to that?
Stolen car, and then I had a pound of weed in there, and
that's when a pound of weed was a lot too.
Yes, yeah. But I end up ditching the car, running. Long story short, they end up seeing the car had bullet holes in it, so it was a stolen car. But I was driving it like it was mine. I was like, fuck this. I was young, so I was like, man, fuck this. You know what I'm saying? I was washing it. I was every day, like, you know, warming it up, make sure the oil was filled, and I was driving it every day.
That's very considerate of you. You're taking care of it.
You feel me? So when they
you was gonna return it eventually, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, you had fresh oil, you know, the brakes were good, Armor All tires, come on now, like, you know what I'm saying? Other than the bullet holes on there, you know what I'm saying? Shit was good, but they ended up pulling me over. I ended up going into a evading and then some more shit, but and then they found the weed, and I end up fighting that, and then they end up giving me 2 years in prison. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Possession of sales and then a Grand Theft Auto.
So pretty much for the majority of your 20s, it's safe to say you was incarcerated.
In and out, but I see the times I never done it. Even when I fought the little hot one, I was in there for like 16 months, but then I end up they end up dropping that shit, and I was already in there for something else. They end up dropping that shit, and then I end up going to the pen to it back again for like another 2.5. You know what I'm saying? So it was like 2.5, 3 with 3.5, 2 with 85, a 1 year flat parole violation, a 1 year flat parole violation.
Now, nowadays in the rap game and in the streets in general, there seems to be an epidemic with people telling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there seems to be it seems to be very acceptable. There's certain hoods be like, it's okay to snitch on your ops, all kinds of shit. Like, what are your thoughts on that? And then comparing it to what you went through.
Man, I think that shit bullshit. I mean, because nowadays, like, I see it all the time. That shit be making me sick because I see motherfuckers all goddamn day. They'll be with a motherfucker. They know who told. They know this motherfucker told. They know this motherfucker's on a black and white, and they'll still be with him. That's my homie. We grew up together. His mom is my auntie. Man, he didn't tell on me. He told on his cousin, and his cousin forgave him. Like, I don't give a fuck about none of that bullshit, bro. If you tell on somebody, if your name is in black and white, and you went to this court and you point him up, bro, man, there's no justification for that, bro. But nowadays they make it acceptable because there's no boundaries. There's no like they got rules. Oh, he's my friend, my brother's best friend, or he's this and that. That shit is sick, bro. And even with the rap game, I feel like I had to tell myself this the other day. I'm like, bro, when I listen to all this shit, and I'd be like, bro, why do you think they call this shit it's entertainment? You feel me? This shit is entertainment. None of it, a lot of it, like 99% of this shit is not real, bro, because a lot of the motherfuckers that was really in the streets or really doing what they doing, they either their career was short or their career was in and out because they was in and out of jail, or like me, they started a little bit older, you know what I'm saying? Because I was in the street, so you know what I'm saying? When I was 19, 20, I wasn't thinking about rapping. I was thinking about gang banging. So now that I'm older, now I got a story to tell. Now I'm putting it out there. But yeah, I feel like, man, that shit is all like, these are I have to look at myself and be like, these is entertainers. So when I see shit like that, like gunning and all that shit, I laugh like, bro, like, because they all want this lifestyle. They won't want to glamorize it. They all want this shit to be, this is what everybody listens to. This is the hype that everybody owns. So that they all want to be a part of this shit.
Right. Now recently, KWAK Black just did a song with Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Yeah.
And
Man.
I'm just laughing at this just because I know that he fuck with Kodak heavy.
Man.
yeah, I love Yak
But
too.
it's like whenever I ask him like, yo, like, who's your favorite artist like so far, and he'd be like Kodak. You know what I'm saying? And then this shit popped off. So
Yeah.
I'm also curious too.
Now keep it like, we gotta look at all the facts here. I believe that he got either a half a ticket or like a full ticket, yeah, to do that verse.
Yeah, and he just posted. I just watched something on Instagram. He just posted his verse where he's saying something about
I even
him
got
doing
keys from a rat. Yeah. That's the actual bar.
Yeah, he's saying something about the shit. You feel me?
That part they should have left that in the song.
Yeah.
And you'd figure Tekashi would even want that because he likes that fuck shit, and the virality of Kodak saying that that would have been crazy. But so, what are your thoughts on that? Especially because it's coming from your producer, your favorite rapper. So.
Yeah, man. I mean, and mind you, Yak, you younger than me, homie, but I'm gonna have to stick to the code, bro, because I mean, you know what I'm saying, everything is based off your reputation. You know what I'm saying? Now, like, you gotta know that, bro. Like, I'm not gonna sell my soul for $1. I'm not gonna I can't do it, bro. Like, it just jeopardizes who I am as a man and the morals that I stand on just because I want $1, bro. You feel me? I feel like I'm smart enough to say, fuck that $1, bro, and I can make it on my own. You know what I'm saying? But
So, I mean, you got 6 kids. You got I imagine that right there is a crazy overhead on a monthly basis.
Man, hell yeah.
You know, and I know living in LA is not cheap.
Fuck yeah.
So there's no amount of money it would take for you to do a collab with 6ix9ine.
I'm not doing a collab with 6ix9ine. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just me personally. I mean, Man, this shit, cause I try to look at it both ways as far as why would KWAK do a song with this fool? You know what I'm saying? Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Even with the whole situation when WAK had the little interview with him, I try to look at it both ways. Like, let me not look in the way I think. Let me look in somebody else's shoes to see it. Like, it's the money. They're not doing nothing with him. It's just is it just about the money? Is that what it is? Is that all it's about? But then it's like, you know what I'm saying? But man, bro. I couldn't see myself doing a song with somebody that told on somebody, you know what I'm saying? Even though I watched a little Daniel Hernandez story on 6ix9ine.
Right, interesting stuff.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, it was. He felt betrayed and all this, but like,
and he not really a gang member like
yeah, so I mean, like, if you're not really a gang member like that, like, because there's people that's regular citizens out here. I can't fault, like, if something happened to, like, my grandmother and she feels like she's not a part of this street life.
Right.
So that's whatever choice she does, like, you know what I'm saying? If somebody does something to her and she feels like that's on her, you know what I mean?
I'm gonna tell you like this, 6ix9ine. If you want a P Thrizzle verse, shoot $1 million to me, and I'm gonna do an AI version. We gonna get an AI.
Hey, man, hey.
Be at least 50 or 100.
Yeah, you feel me?
For real, man. Hey, everybody in the whole clique better be millied up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
From the first to the last.
Right. Make it make sense.
Yeah.
So, was there a certain event or pivotal moment that made you wanna change and not be as active and in the mix as you have been your whole life?
I mean, I think, like, even because, man, homie, like, one of the, like I said, I've been shot 3 different times. Now, I spoke on one of the times I was shot on Cinemills TV, but I think that what it was now that I'm out, like, because I still, like, I never stopped. Like, one of my baby mamas had told me one time, she was like, you been shot all these times, bro. This is like the first time I got shot. She was like, and you still haven't changed. You think that, like, and I was in a wheelchair, I was paralyzed, and she was like, you think God gonna give your legs back and you still you doing the same shit? And I was like, man, you know what I'm saying? But I think now that I got out the pen this time, like I said, I got out the pen 3 years ago, and I've been fucking with this music shit, man, and I've been seeing the progression, and I've been seeing how people fucking with me, and man, it's a lot. Hey, salute to everybody that's out there fucking with me, but I think that point in time right there, when I seen that people really fucking with me, they fucking with my story, and they fucking with me as a person, I think that changed that part right there, because even when I got out, I was still tripping and still doing. Now I still got my times where I be like, I'm not gonna let no fuck shit pass. I'm gonna get at, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna address the situation when it comes to me, but I think as far as me, like, figuring out, like, bro, I got a lot to lose. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, like, other times I've been selfish. Now I'm thinking about my whole family, my kids. I'm not being selfish. I'm thinking about everybody that's dependent on me. So when I talk about making it, it ain't just for me. It's for my daughters. It's for my baby mama. It's for my people from my closest friends, my circle that's small. It's for everybody, because I want to see everybody prosper off of this shit too. You know what I'm saying? Because I want good for everybody that's in my circle. So I think that's the point. It changed me is, like, recently when I was just like, man, they fucking with me with this music shit, and I'm not gonna stop, and I'm not gonna, nah, some gotta give, and I'm gonna keep going. So I'm alleviate myself out the bullshit and out the shit that's nonsense.
It's interesting because your energy is kind of hard to read, because you have, like, more of an OG aura, you know what I mean? And you seem like you've gone through a lot, and you're really intelligent and well spoken, but at the same time, you still kind of feel, and this is just based on, like, the energy, you still feel like you an active member, you feel me? Like, so it's, like, really hard. How do you define yourself in that regard?
I mean, shit, like I was saying, like, hey, man, I try to be humble as possible, bro. I try to be humble as possible. You know what I'm saying? But if you knock on that door, I'm gonna answer it. You know what I'm saying? But that's not my first perspective. My first objective is to be like, you know what I'm saying? My first thing is to try to, like, okay, I'm gonna try to think about the situation first. If that's where it has to go, then that's where it has to go. But other than that, bro, I have to realize for myself, like, bro, I got a lot to lose too. So, you know what I'm saying? I try to think more, use my brain more. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm still with all the full bullshit. For real. But I just know that, like, man, I got people depending on me, and I know that I'm going somewhere. I'm headed somewhere, and I know it's gonna be to the top, bro. And when I make it, you know what I'm saying, and I am going to make it, that, you know what I'm saying, everybody that's with me is gonna be on the top with me, and you know what I'm saying, because that's what my story is really about.
And that's really like what I'm most interested in is the music, but all this story is just creates so much context for who you are. You know, we're gonna get into the music 1000%, but before that, you know, like I feel like even with some of the tattoos that you have, it's like it's no choice. You feel me? At a certain point,
sure.
It's like you have to. Your foot is in that door forever to a certain degree as a result of that. You know what I mean? Like, but at the same time, there's way more to you than that.
Yeah, hell yeah. But I see, bro, I be seeing keyways and all type of people like on the street that see me, and they be like, hey homie, they fuck with me, homie. We respect your story, bro, for real. You know what I'm saying? And I salute, man. It's all good, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, because that's really what I'm aiming for. I want my story to be able to change somebody's life, bro.
And I definitely believe that it could, especially where it's going. Now, you did speak on getting shot on that other pod that I seen, which is a dope ass podcast. Yeah. What was the name of that one again?
Cinnamon Mills TV.
Yeah, that dude is dope. I want to chop it up with him.
Yeah.
You talked about, so like without saying anything incriminating, like what led up to that and everything.
Well, shit, the first one, man. Just, you know, people don't have disagreements, and you know, shit, man, and you know that just led to some other shit, but but even in like I say, it was 3 different times. Like one of the times I was in Seattle, and
oh, for real?
I was in Seattle in downtown in Georgetown district in like 2015. And we was at a fucking motorcycle club, man, and it shit it went left, man. It went left. We started fighting, and you know, they was packing us out, man, and man, this shit. I jumped in one of the whips, and man, you know, I was shot 7 times out there.
Damn.
Yup, and shot my finger off, but I had blocked it. I didn't even know I was shot at first, because, you know, they ran up to the window like boom, 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 and I blocked it, and I just looked at this fool like, really, blood, you just shot me? I was laughing at him because I didn't even know I was even hit in the chest. You know what I'm saying? They shot me 2 times right here. They shot my finger off and shot me my thumb, but I didn't even know that shit. And so I bagged up. I went because I wrecked into him, and I backed up and went to the gas station, and I had called my little brother. I called one of my little brothers and told him. He like, hell no. And a lady, it was crazy because the lady was pumping gas, and she's like, you all right? She seen the bullets in the window. I'm like, nah. I'm like, I was shot, and she was like, let me call the ambulance. And then her dude got out the car. He didn't know. He was like, man, what you talking to other dudes for? Like she's like, fool, he shot, and he looked. But I backed up. I backed the car up, and I got my phone on my lap, and I'm talking to my little brother, and I'm like, hey, fool. I'm like, fool, I'm blasted. He like, you lying? Because it's like 3 a.m. He like, nigga. I said, I'm not lying, fool. I'm thinking they still shooting because I'm hearing the glass falling from the window. So I turned back to where the spot was, because I was with people. So now I'm looking for them, you know what I'm saying? And because like I say, it was a rumble. We got jumped. They broke one of the bitches hit me in the face with a stiletto and broke this bone right here.
Damn.
They said the bone is like a fucking eggshell. It's easy to break. You know what I'm saying? So she hit me with a stiletto. We still fighting. So I came back. I'm looking. I see the fool who, you know what I'm saying, who got at me. I'm chasing him. You know what I'm saying? And like it's going in and out. And then I just I chased him. I couldn't catch him. They got on. I went back to the gas station, and I pulled up. She's like, where'd you go? And I just, you know what I'm saying? I just went out, you know what I'm saying? And then I just remember waking up. I had all the tubes down my throat and shit. And
so she called 911.
Yeah, she had called 911.
Saved your life.
Yep, saved my life, bro.
Shouts to her.
Yeah, shout out to her, whoever she is in Seattle, Washington. That was at that gas station in 2015 in January. Hey man, hey, thank you for calling the ambulance for me. But
That's some crazy shit though, being so far away
Yeah.
from your hood
Yeah.
and presumably any like direct conflict with your,
Yeah.
that you've been involved in your whole life.
Man.
And then you wind up getting,
And I told this fool the day before I was with my godbrother out there, because my mom had stayed out there because they moved when they retired. They moved out that way. But I told my godbrother, I was like, "Hey, fool, I feel like something gonna happen." He like, "Hell no, fool, you in Seattle, Washington, bro. Ain't nothing happening out here, bro." You know what I'm saying? So the day before we went out to the bowling alley, I'm like, "Man, let's go to the hood, fool." And it just so happened his wife called like, "Dude, doing a motorcycle club down here in like the Georgetown district in Seattle." Ooh, I'm like, "Oh yeah, shit, let's go." She's like, "You sure?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, let's go." You know what I'm saying? And then that shit happened. You know what I mean?
that's crazy. So how many like actual times you've been shot
Like
total?
12.
Damn, bro.
Yeah. 12. Because even when I woke up out that coma,
You like Wolverine, fool.
man, hey, for real. Hey, that shit is like, you know what I'm saying? Every day I be sitting there thinking like, man, shit, that shit is, that shit is a blessing to still be alive. But like I said, I woke up out that coma. I didn't even know my finger was gone. I didn't know none of that shit. And I was on parole. I wasn't even supposed to be out there. I had to see my parole officer a week, probably like in maybe 2 weeks. And they said, you can't get on that plane. And my mom was like, just tell the parole officer I tricked you out here to come out here. I'm like, bro, I'm not going to go to jail shot up. They're not going for that shit.
They don't care. Yeah.
Hell no. So she's like, what do you want me to do? I'm like, shit, I have to get on that plane. The doctor was like, you cannot get on that plane with your the height, the elevation on the height of that.
That shit would hurt.
It's gonna make it drop. Man, I told my mom, go get some duct tape. She went and got some duct tape. I got on the plane in a wheelchair with duct tape on my face and taped that shit up just so I could come back out here and check myself in Harbor Medical in Torrance. Yeah, went right into that hospital.
I thought you was about to say like I got a damn Amtrak ticket.
Hell no.
Took the fucking train home.
Jumped on that plane. Hell no, with tape, with fucking silver tape. I'll never forget silver tape just to keep that structure on my face, that bone up, because they would have to check it every day just to see if it had fallen. Because like I said, that shit is like real sensitive.
Damn, you straight savage on me.
Man, for real. The process came. He said, "What happened?" I had a cast. I had to wear a cast for a whole year. I like, man, fucking around with this car, man. I fucking around. I had it jacked up and it fell on my hand. He like, oh, all right, that's cool.
Do you ever worry about, I don't know if worry is the right word because I don't want to like imply fear or anything, but do you ever think about like, just because you're at a place where you moved on and are a little bit more mature now and are now getting some success and traction, everybody in the city know about your music and all that, even though like you might not be holding certain grudges that other people that you've been into it with, like they still hold those grudges against you?
Yeah, man. Somebody I know was saying that they knew somebody that something happened to them, and whatever the case was, it was me or whatever. Long story short, but I do. I'm more where I move and how I move is a lot different though. You feel me? Especially, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a dad too. So right. I move a lot different. But then, you know what I'm saying? I'm also prepared, but I'm also too like the energy I'm putting out, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? I just know it's like my mom was telling me the other day. She was like, what you put out there is what you get, and I believe that wholeheartedly, because I feel like when I was out there, you know what I'm saying, sending them. It came back. So, but what I'm putting out there now is like, it's all like good shit. It's all like, man, you know what I'm saying? It's all like prosperity. It's all like, you know what I'm saying, elevation type shit. So yeah, but I feel like, if it do come, if I watch out how I move, but I feel like if it does come, like, you know what I'm saying, I know how to like, I know how to avoid certain situations. I know how to get up out of certain situations. And bro, I ain't, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm a man, bro. You know what I'm saying? Talk. You know what I'm saying? However come is how it's gonna come. I also look at it like that too. Like if this how it's gonna be, then this how it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying?
That's a very mature perspective on everything. Now, what can be done to try to be a positive influence for the youth moving forward and try to like when it comes to these gang conflicts
Yeah.
and like your people, how do you intend to kind of guide them in a different direction?
First off, yeah, this is a good question. Because first off, I want to say this too. Like the music that I put out, it's not to tell you, hey, go do this, go do that. It's not to promote this. You know what I'm saying? I'm speaking on how I live, how I handle situations and shit that I've been through. So it's, you know what I'm saying? It's a story behind it. It's not, oh, I'm making this music because I want a gang of people out there beefing. Nah, that's not what it is. But my vision and the shit that how I see shit as far as with the youth is basically like, listen to this music, listen to this story. And before you make a decision, think about everything that comes along with it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you jump into this street life, if you jump into this gang life, you're going to have to deal with everything that comes with it with your chin up, bro. You know what I'm saying? So think about every decision that you make out here as far as you being a part of the street life. You know what I'm saying? That's what my main goal to younger people and all that is to be like, because there you should be like, I can get online right now and with some younger fools that grew up in my neighborhood that's in other states, and they be like, man, I want to be from the hood. And I used to always tell them, bro, I'm not putting you on the hood until you could tell me a real reason. Give me 5 good reasons why you want to be from the hood, because everything that you finna deal with, bro, you better be prepared for it. Because once you in it, yeah, all that, you know what I'm saying, you gonna have to deal with whatever the consequences that come with it. And I know some right now that still be hitting me up like, fool, I seen your story, bro. Hey, man, I remember the time that, I wanted to be from the hood and this and that. Like, hey, bro, you a real one, bro. You told me, you know what I'm saying? You made me look at life a little bit different, because you knew that you told me that the decisions that I'm going to make is going to affect my life. You know what I'm saying? Even down the line, it still affects the shit I go through. You feel me?
1000%. Would you ever do a song with somebody that's from a rival hood? Or let me even take it a step further, or if there was a young person from that was technically an enemy, but it's not someone that you directly beefed with, you know what I'm saying? But it's like the little homies of them, and they were like, yo, like, put me on a song, or I fuck with your music, I want some guidance. Would you fuck with them?
I mean, damn, like,
that's a tough question, right?
Hell yeah, it is. God damn, because like, I respect, you know what I'm saying, Nipsey Hussle's music. I respect him, you know what I'm saying. Now, as far as me and his neighborhood, like, you know what I'm saying, that's a different.
It'll never be cool.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. But I respect his music. I respect how he came. I respect where he was going with it. You feel me? So, I think that it would all depend on the time and in the person. You know what I'm saying. I can't just say like right now, like nah, like, you know what I'm saying. I think it would all depend on, like, you know what I'm saying, I would have to really feel this person. I have to really see, like, bro, because I ain't really with the fake shit, and like you know what I'm saying, I seen some shit that, you know what I'm saying, and a lot of people out here, they be with the fake, and it's like, what can I get out of you to make it? And like, if I see somebody's genuine and shit like that, bro, if I see somebody's real about what they saying and really trying to, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, I might think about it, you know what I'm saying? I might have an open ear to what you saying.
I respect that. And I always talk about we never got to see a Nipsey Hussle and Schoolboy Q collab and things like that, which would have been so huge for the city, but due to circumstances, we ain't gonna see that. But then it's interesting you bring up Nipsey. Like, do you feel like his death kind of affected things in a positive way as far as bringing certain sections together?
I think it did. I think in certain aspects it did. It brought some positivity together. You know what I'm saying? But it's still like, man, it's still like a lot of bad blood between certain areas. So I feel like, it's just, you can't reach everybody, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Some people you're not going to be able to touch, and some people you are. I feel like, so with that, like, I feel like he made his mark on the people that he was supposed to touch, and the things that he was supposed to do with himself and shit. Everybody else,
There is because I remember there was all those incidents. Actually, there's Bloods from Inglewood that wound up defacing the murals, wall banging and all that, and then back and forth transpired as a result of that. Were you just kind of like, man, like, I don't want to, like, man, I mean, like, I'm more the type, like, I'm not on no if we had it, let me say, if we had an issue with anybody, bro, we just take it to the street, bro, and that's where it's gonna be at. All that other shit, bro, like, but like I say, this new generation is different. Like, everybody wants to be known, everybody wants to be seen, but as far as
I'm with the shit that is, if you have an issue with a person or a certain, you know what I'm saying, handle your scandal in the street. It doesn't need to be broadcasted.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but everybody want to be seen, everybody wants to be known, so people have their own motives on why they do certain shit. But if you was really that motherfucking felt certain ways, like, it would have been motherfuckers laid out, I feel.
Right. Now there is another legendary rapper from LA who was taken way before his time, and Draco the Ruler. And you know, I gotta ask people about from Inglewood this question. You know, at one point he was cool with a lot of people from over there. Wound up falling out, and then he made a pretty crazy diss track, not against individuals, but he dissed the whole city. I'm not gonna say the name of the song because I don't want you to punch me in the face. You feel me? But how did that make you feel?
Man, that made me feel like, man, I felt disrespected. I ain't gonna lie to you, and that shit, I still don't like that shit. That shit still got my blood boiling, because I feel like if you have certain beef with certain issues with certain people, bro, you know what I'm saying, you had to take it up with them, bro. You ain't gotta, like, you know what I'm saying? That's like, you know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. Like, but I mean, shit, you know, once again, I look at it like this shit is entertainment. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I wasn't feeling that. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't feeling that.
Were you a fan of his music prior to that, or?
He did a song, crazy. He did a song with two of my little homies. He did with one of my little homies, rest in peace, Infant Pint, aka Sean Mack, and Rucci. He did a song with them. You know what I'm saying? So
him and Rucci used to be real close.
Yeah. So I mean, I was like, this shit, you know what I'm saying? But I guess with whatever situations transpired, you know, he had a change of heart, and you know what I'm saying. And yeah, once he did that, I was like, nah, that's out, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I wasn't feeling that right there.
Now there's unfortunate situation the way it transpired, you know what I'm saying? R.I.P. Nipsey, R.I.P. Draco, and all that. Now you're actually from the same hood as Rucci, right?
Yeah.
Did y'all know each other? He's a little younger than you, right? Yeah.
No, I've known him when he was born.
Right. You know his pops and all that?
His dad is that's the first time I ever drunk a malt liquor.
Right, okay.
His dad was like, I'll never forget the day. It was on a 500 block in their apartments. He had Rucci in the baby car seat, and we was sitting on the upstairs where they stayed on the upstairs building. He had a chair right there by the door, and Rucci was in the car seat, and he was like, hey, drink this. I'm like, man, I don't drink liquor, because I was like 12 or 13. Man, drink this. If you from the hood, you'll drink it. And then I drunk it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like, I've been knowing him, like his mama, you know what I'm saying, his pops, his sisters, his brother. I've been knowing all of them since, you know what I'm saying, since they was even born.
Sure, it's kind of dope to see like the success that he was getting and all that. Did you feel like, I mean, there's other rappers from y'all hood too that was doing the damn thing, but like, do you feel like that was kind of like knocking down the door to bring more attention to rappers from NHP and all that? Like,
I feel like he was a part of putting it on the map, like, you know what I'm saying, doing his thing with the music and putting it on the map. Him, you know what I'm saying, Sean Mack, one of the older homies, Squeak Roo from All From the Eye, that Mac 10 has.
Yeah, All From the Eye. Yeah. And just Inglewood in general has got a pretty rich history, you know, like I remember going back to the damn, you know, obviously like Faux Live.
Yeah, Mac 10, hell yeah.
And that Nothing But a Cavi when it come to Inglewood.
Hell yeah.
I remember being a youngster and that was like some of the, I was like, okay, like Inglewood's got some heat.
Hell yeah.
And then obviously throughout the years, more and more, then you got Eastwood, you got Scheme, you got Bosco, you know, you got Frosty and Rucci and all them, like something I noticed about Inglewood that like, and this is like mainly from the younger generation, is like the slang, which is so crazy.
Yeah, hell yeah. We stay on deck with that. Yeah, as far as you know what I'm saying. That's where the Gerb originally is from out the NHPs, bro.
Oh, okay. So I didn't know that was I didn't know if it was Inglewood family or okay.
That's out the NHPs, bro. You know what I'm saying? They spread like wildfire. Yeah. You know what I mean?
The Gerb slang. Yeah. Do you remember like the origins of that? Like,
my homie Tay Dog, Big Tay Dog, he's the first person I ever heard say that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's great. Growing up, I always felt like fools from Inglewood had a real serious vibe. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
motherfuckers didn't smile much.
Yeah.
They're always like just like on edge, down to
Yeah.
squab. And then it kind of seems like now a lot of the dudes from Inglewood are more like fun with it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Turned
yeah.
up and just like
When I was in the halls, they used to be like, man, everybody from Inglewood, light skinned niggas and fly. Y'all pretty boy niggas from Inglewood. Like, I used to be like,
a lot of mixed kids for sure.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, hell yeah.
A lot of like half black, half
Yeah,
Mexican
yeah,
type.
yeah, for sure. Hell yeah. But yeah, no, Inglewood, I love my city, bro. And yeah, hey, it's a lot of, man, growing up out there, like, man, I learned a lot. But yeah, it's for sure like, Inglewood's like, I say, like, we talking California, it's like, that's one of the cities where like, hey, everything come up out of Inglewood, man. We got the popping, we got the bang, we got the rapping, we got the slang, we got the the sports stars. You know what I'm saying?
Some of my favorite restaurants too. There, I don't know if it's there anymore, but there is a spot called it was called Little Belize, and it was over there.
Oh yeah, it's off Market.
It used to be Manchester and Nutwood.
Yeah.
Over there, yeah. That spot was fire.
Yeah,
Anytime
yeah.
out of towners were coming to town, I'm taking them over there, that spot.
Yeah, I think it's I
know they changed owners.
Okay,
but
alright,
it might could still be over there. But
hell yeah.
That shit was fire. And what would you say? Now we're about to get into the music. We got to get back in the mix. What's the what would you say is the main difference between Inglewood and LA? Now, obviously, Inglewood's smack dab in the middle of like the west side of South Central and all that. But what is the biggest difference between Inglewood and LA?
I say, man, one of the biggest things we got our own style, the way we move it. You'll know somebody. A lot of times you'll be able to define somebody from Inglewood. I feel like everything that we do, like, is Inglewood is just different. We different, bro. Like the things that we do and how we move, as far as like, you know what I'm saying. It's kind of like if you see somebody that come from Louisiana or something, you're like, oh, he got a slang, they different. Like, that's why I say Inglewood is like, it's a big city, and we in Los Angeles County, but we're different as a whole, as far as in the city wise. Like, everybody from Inglewood, like, we just like, it's kind of like we got our own. It's like our own little world in there. You feel me? We just got our own swag, our own, like, the way we do things. Like, you know what I'm saying?
When you go to LAX, if you're an out of towner, you pick up that damn rental car at Avis or Enterprise. You go the wrong way on Century.
Man,
you finna be there. So
for
you
sure.
feel me?
Arba Vita, Manchester, wherever you go. Yeah, hell yeah.
By the time you hit Mellow Burger, you better act
on
right.
The real, hey,
you feel me?
Hey, you know about Mellow Burger?
Come on, man.
Hey, man, I go there. Hey, at Mellow Burger. Hey, I always get the chili cheese fries off the EBT, man. Shout out Mellow Burger. Hey,
Mellow Burger. In fact, they used to have like for $20 like faux burgers. That's
the family meal. Hell yeah.
Just you feel me? Just mind your you feel me? Mind your surroundings in that motherfucker.
Yeah, because that's right. That's like Century right there. One side is Lenox and one side is Inglewood. So hell yeah.
You right there.
Yeah, for sure.
So when did you start taking the music seriously?
When I got out of prison,
the last time? Or?
Yeah, just last time right here, January 2020.
Okay. And how soon did you kind of already know that you was like nice with it and had a talent for?
I mean, I got my homie 211 rapped. He was signed with Jeezy CTE like back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And I used to be telling people, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, one of my homies used to be like, my homie KWAK, he had me and the homie freestyle one night. Like, this is when I got the pen the first time when we was freestyling. He was like, yeah, man, y'all rap, ooh, yeah. And then he heard me, he's like, oh man, baby pint hard, fool, like, you know what I'm saying? But I just played with it, because really I got put up to a fucking bet really in prison. They was like, you can't rap. I'm like, fool, I can rap, but I couldn't rap. I didn't know. But he's like, let's see, y'all. So he put one of the homies, put me and another one of the homies up that was my age to a bet, and whoever had the hardest rap, you'll get some stores. So we went there, we wrote the raps and came back out, and I won. And they was like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? That I was like, okay, so I can put some words together, I can rhyme, because I was already writing poems and shit. So but that was. Then my homie 211 did put me, like, my little homie, rest in peace, Tiny Pint, aka Half Ounce, you know what I'm saying, rest in peace. He was one of the first people he was the first person that took me to the studio. And then, but I just was like, whatever, I did that. And I went with my homie 211, and my homie GD took me to the studio. Then my homie 211 put me on a song. There was a group called Niggas Having Paper, and it was me, Infant, my homie Lil Snoop, and him. and I ended up going to jail. So the niggas having paper thing it didn't pan out. I ended up going to jail. So then when I got out this last time,
I like that. That's NHP little.
Yeah, niggas having paper. Hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? We did one video. That was my first video ever. Niggas having paper. And then I got out that's
a cool acronym though.
Yeah, I got
it on them.
Yeah, hell yeah. I was in jail this last time. My little bro was like, bro, get out and rap and this and that. And I'm like, man, fuck rap, bro. But then when I got out, he was really pressing me for that, like, bro, you know what I'm saying? And then I really I was doing it with Northside Navy. And I was seeing like it was getting like people were fucking with it. And then I was like, bro, and as I just kept working, now I feel like I'm to a point now where I feel like I can really say this. Like I was telling Z this other day, I feel like I'm a real artist, bro. Like I was just rapping in, you feel me? I feel like I'm growing into a real artist because I see the elevation. I see the way that I'm changing now. You feel me?
Who was it from your hood that had a song with Mozzie? I forgot. There was somebody from over there.
Hood had a song.
I swear.
Mozzie.
I swear I might be confused, but I thought it was from NHP that had a joint with Mozzie.
Nah.
None of y'all?
Nope.
Okay.
Nah.
Might need to see that though.
Yeah,
Might need to see that.
Yeah.
But that would be hard. How would you describe your style?
Man, I would say that see, that's one thing too, man. I got my own style, but I feel like it's West Coast, but it's down south. You know what I'm saying? Because I grew up on the Hot Boys, man. Shout out BG. That was my, you know what I'm saying? I always say that's my favorite rapper, bro, when I was growing up. But yeah, I feel like I got my own style now, you know what I mean? And working with different artists and shit like that, I feel like artists that's bigger than me and shit. Like I was just in the studio with True Car and I feel like we was chopping it up and he was like, you know what I'm saying? Keep this, keep that. Like that's, you know what I'm saying? Don't think too much, this and that. I felt like I took heed to that because, you know what I'm saying, he already in the game. So I felt like, yeah, you right, all right. So now I feel like I'm coming into being my artistry, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's like I got my own style. Like I don't want to sound like nobody else.
What why is it, do you feel like that a lot of other regions in America don't fuck with West Coast music? Like we have artists out here that are huge stars that we love, that we be slapping all day, but they don't really resonate. And I'm asking both of y'all this question. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
My thought is that because they can't relate to this lifestyle out here, bro. That's my thought because they you know what I'm saying. A lot of artists out here, we got a lot of good artists out here, but I feel like
great artists.
Yes, great artists. You know what I'm saying. Shout out to all the artists out here that's doing their thing, but I feel like they can't relate to certain shit because it's like that grit, that gut is in your face and something. Man, we the mecca of when it comes to this street shit, bro. Los Angeles, California is the mecca of this Bloods and Crips shit, the mecca of this real deal street shit. So I feel like, you know what I'm saying, they some people can't relate to that shit.
What do you think, Z?
Shit, I was just about thinking about that shit because that's a deep question, you feel me? Because I always got my I'll say, because like when I first came here, like definitely like the homies who I like really like made over here, like Thrizzle and shit. Like I have so much love for LA, like West Coast music, you feel me? And I always wanted that music to really go crazy, like how like YG and Mustard, like how he, you know, mentioned it earlier. Like I want that era to come back, but you know, it's like a different time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, obviously that time like worked just because like, you know, certain factors and all that shit. But yeah, like how he said, I feel like is it maybe the terminology that we're using or like the bounce that we be having over here?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Do you think that there's a sonic reason for that? Like, is it production? Is it the type of beats that we like? Is there something else beyond just? Because I think that Thrizzle hit the nail on the head when, as far as like, our lifestyle, a lot of people can't.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
But at the same time, like as far as like just like a negative like connotation on the music, like, you know how King Von or like all these, you know, Chicago rappers are doing, they did that shit, but it still like blew off mainstream, you know what I'm saying? So like, because when I make music, even like with him or even doing my own music, like I don't really make that purpose of like, well, let's make it mainstream, feel me? So like I would never know like what is the key factor to that shit. Like if I knew that I would do it in that type of way, you know what I'm saying? But I think our time is coming, you know what I'm saying? Because now that like I think we have more medias that's like shedding more lights to West Coast music, like you and like, you know, everybody else, and you're rapping too, you know what I'm saying? So like, you know, it's coming for sure. And I think unity is one thing too, like because
That is a key factor, I believe. Like, we have so many politics out here.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of why I asked that
Yeah, for
question
sure.
earlier to lead into this.
Yeah,
right
for
here.
sure.
It's like,
yeah, because when I was working with Thug and them, like all those people from Atlanta, they're like just like they're moving as a one group. You know what I'm saying? They have politics like behind them or some shit, but then like at the same time when it comes to music, like they're all trying to like help each other, or like Thug always like try to kind of lead that type of way. You know what I mean?
and I think that also a lot of that shit is more fucked up now out there, even as a result of shit that happened.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
little things happen, and then it kind of Look at like New York. Everybody, all the youngins beefing with each other. You can't even keep track of their politics. They be so like,
Yeah, even still like even drill shit like that's just big, and that's just still big, right?
Right.
But I feel like it's always timing to this shit. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like drill is having their own shine right now, and then I feel like the West Coast shit is gonna come for sure.
I'm ready for that.
Not just because like our bounce is like different, you know what I'm saying? And like when I say like ours, like I'm just saying it in a like very humbly manner, you know what I'm saying? Just because like I have so much love for this shit, and like, I listen to so much West Coast music, you know what I mean? Like just music in general, you feel me? We're making some like exotic shit for sure.
So how did y'all wind up linking up then?
I hit him first.
You seen him just hit him on IG or what?
Yeah, because I was always looking for, I say like Asian artists, just because like I'm Asian, and like I couldn't really box myself into any type of like category, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not really from here, like I'm from South Korea, but at the same time, like I just have a different background story, you feel me? And I just wanted to see, and whenever when I first came here, like the only Asians I see is like people who get bullied on, or like who just gets like disrespected every single time, you know what I'm saying? So like I couldn't respect them.
There's some hard fucking Asians out here. I'm gonna tell you that.
No, for sure. But I'm saying like when I was, because I went in like music college type shit,
Okay.
So like those people, like they were never. I don't know. Like, I just feel like they never like stood up to, like for themselves. You know what I mean? And, like, cause they're not from really here, so like, they acted a certain way, or they wanted to just avoid like bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And even for myself too, like a certain degree, I wanted to avoid certain shit just because like I just couldn't understand that I have to prove my whole like my mannerism like from the 0 to 100 again, just because like I was doing my thing in middle school and high school, you know what I'm saying? And like over here it's just like I got to do that shit again, you know what I'm saying? So like I was like, bro, like I just want to focus on music. But whenever I see like Asians in the media like over here in the States, it's like it's always kind of like portrayed as just like funny, or like it wasn't like, I feel like it wasn't really respected as such, like an individual, you know what I'm saying? And whenever I see Thrizzle or like whoever the artist who had like a real solid background, and it doesn't have to be like gangbang shit, it's just like who's like really doing their thing, like I had like most respect, and I listened to his music and it was sonically good, it was like sonically dope, so like I reached out to him.
What was the first thing you saw of Thrizzle?
Like I seen bunch like Northside Navy shit for sure, and his solo shit too. Like I was just like, bumping this shit, and it's like, damn, like he got a different sound. Feel me? And I could tell he got like a southern like influence too. So like they just like matched my time, because that's when I was still working with Thug and shit. So it's like, oh,
just like a couple years back then.
Yeah.
What was your first thoughts when you get a DM from KWAK and you was
I was I ain't gonna lie, I felt like I was like, damn, like I like when people reach out to me, because I ain't never bougie. I'm a for sure tap in with anybody that hits me on the Instagram. Anybody I know that I always respond back. But I felt like damn, like it made me feel good. Like damn, people are like really seeing like what I'm about and what I'm doing, bro. And then so when he hit me, I hit him back, and then we linked up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let me find out there's gonna be a K-pop collab with my boy.
Shit.
That would be hard.
I could make it happen, and it's still it's in the process, because there was one session where I brought him and one like Korean rapper too. You know what I'm saying? So like that's definitely in the motion. You feel me? And
there's a lot of talented Korean artists. Shout out to my boy Dumbfounded. You feel me? Like
yeah, for sure.
That's my brother.
He's way far away from the K-pop.
Yeah.
He's from here. He's doing this thing. You know what I'm saying? But nowadays I feel like it's just kind of it's done with just like boxing a certain genre type shit. You know what I'm saying? It's music, like it's a universal thing right now, and it's dope to see like when Thrizzle was like linking with that like Korean rapper, like they're vibing together, and they're like he was rapping in Korean, he was rapping in English, and they were really like linked with each other, you know what I'm saying, like in a frequency like wise, like if that makes sense. But
that's fire.
Yeah.
Did that kind of like show you just like the power of damn, my words can transcend language barriers?
Yeah, because I'm gonna keep it real. Nigga, I'm trying to break motherfucking barriers out here, blood. I'm trying to do shit that ain't been done. They try to say, oh, rap is a young man's blood. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I'm trying to do shit that they say can't be done, and I'm gonna do it, bro. I don't give a fuck about, they say it's a young man's game. Nigga can't, nigga, if you're bracking and you got something to say and you talking real shit that people can relate to, there's no limitations on none of that shit, bro.
Right.
Straight up.
Yeah, we got space for everybody over here,
man.
For sure.
That's just fire. So you wound up doing some sessions together. So do y'all have a complete body of work ready to drop on them, or what? What's the deal?
A couple of songs. There's a song called "Feel Me." Yeah, we're about to drop in 2-3 weeks, and we have a video for that and shit. So peep that out. I mean, Thrizzle keep dropping songs. You feel me? He got this whole Northside Navy shit going on, and he got our homie Boogie. Like he has a
shout out Boogie.
I know you got some shit with Mitchie coming soon too, right? Yeah.
Produced by who?
Yep.
Produced by who?
Brazil. You know?
Damn.
All day.
Shouts to Dago. Shouts to Mitchie Flick.
You feel me? Hey, song. I shout out DJ Phrase One. I got, you know what I'm saying? I got some shit with True Car. I got some shit with Kyle Banks.
Yeah.
Man, we got some other shit in the making, some big shit. But yeah, man.
So did you link with Phrase through Z? Is that how that happened?
Z,
okay.
Yeah.
Hey, what's it been like working with bro? Because that's my man's right.
Man, hey man, it's been all lovely, bro. He's been extending his arm out, man, and giving me words of advice on how to move and shit, and been nothing but help, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying, nothing but like point me in the right direction, get me where I need to be, bro. You know what I'm saying?
He connect a lot of dots.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Even this, he set it up for us. You know?
Yeah. But you know what's funny is I was aware of Thrizzle. I didn't know.
Oh, that's what's up.
I didn't know that y'all was working together and all that.
Yeah.
You know me though. I'm like a nerd about this shit. I really keep my ear to the streets, especially in my city.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, So I knew about bro, and I was like, damn, okay. I was just kind of waiting to see what happened next, and then like Praise made the call. I'm like, easy call, and Lee, you know, me and him have had some incredible sessions. We got some work dropping.
We got some. We got crazy songs for sure.
We might need to lock in. You
for
feel
sure,
me?
bro.
Like,
I'm telling you, I got at least about 60. I got at least 60 songs with Z, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And now, like I say, moving into the artistry, bro, I feel like I'm seeing myself elevate. Like my style's changing a little bit more. It's still the same me, but it's just on some elevation shit, bro.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Z, being an engineer.
Yep.
Of your caliber, and you're way more than an engineer, and like, you know, you were started as an artist and a producer, and then how did you wind up like falling into being an engineer? Because that wasn't originally what you wanted to do, right?
Nah, not at all. Not at all. Even the producing shit, I never wanted to be a producer.
You just wanted to be an artist.
I want to be MC.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a rapper.
Yeah.
Like even the MC, that term in my age frame, I feel like nobody really understands that shit.
I know what the fuck.
I know you do. Yeah. I know you do, and that's why I have like just so much respect for people who really appreciates this hip hop culture. You feel me? And so I was just a kid. In Korea, and I always wanted to be a soccer player, and then like I was doing my thing. And
Korea was hard in the World Cup this year.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. So soccer's our thing. Like over basketball, like we do have like basketball league, but like soccer is like a more so of like a main sport to us. So like I was doing my thing, and then, you know, like typical Asian shit, my parents wasn't having it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know, I'm not really close to my parents like that. So like. So it's just all bullshit, and then I listen.
They out there?
Yeah, they're out there. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't have no family members in the States. But yeah. So long story short, I listened to this one song, and then I like heavily like gravitated towards that shit. That was like my first and last time like I ever had.
What one song? You ain't gonna do that, bro.
Shit. You want me to tell him?
Yeah. What the fuck?
Okay, so it's not really like a hip hop song. It was like K-pop. It was like a second generation K-pop song. It's called Big Bang Lie.
Okay.
And they were doing most of the hip hop stuff that was like popping around like 2010s.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They was doing a lot of like music that's like catered towards like Omarion music, and you know what I mean? Like they were doing a lot of those.
Really rapping.
Yeah, rapping and singing and shit. You know what I'm saying? They did their dance and all that. So I listened to that shit, and like I was never a fan of music, and I heard that song, and I'm like, damn, like it just is sonically good. Like it gave me a physical like reaction to my body. You know what I'm saying? Like I got goosebumps. So I'm like, damn, like let me try to hear more of these type of music. And then like I started to see them like listening to more like actual hip hop, like Jay-Z and like Eminem and shit. So I was like, yeah, if they're fucking with them, like I gotta fuck with them too, type shit. So like I started listening to them. I'm like, damn, like these people might like sound better than like this K-pop people that I was listening to. So that's when I really got into like hip hop, and then really like learned this shit, just because like, you know, around my area and even in that country too, like back then, like hip hop wasn't as big as like how it is right now. Because
was that shit that the song that you got turned down on was basically like Korean Black Eyed Peas type shit? Is that a good way to describe it?
Damn near.
Right.
Damn near. It's more, yeah, it's more singing type shit too. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so you know BTS, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so like Big Bang is like their OG type shit.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
for sure. And like G-Dragon, like he's like the core
right.
of that the group, and
G-Dragon hard to me. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, you know him?
Hell yeah.
But yeah, so that was somebody who I looked up to while like I was transitioning from like soccer player to do music, and then and that was like the only group that I knew of during then that was writing their own music. Because back then, like when you think of the K-pop, because we had our first generation like K-pop, like boy bands and shit, like the producers wrote all their music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But for them, they started like writing their own music. So like now I have more respect, you know? So that's when I started to like write my own music. I was recording myself with my like headphone mic and shit, and my mom was breaking that shit. Like she was trying to, that's all the bullshit. And that shit made me feel like I want to go for this shit more stronger, you know what I'm saying? And there was no guidance to this shit. Like nobody was listening to hip hop. Like even my homies, like nobody. Like they was all listening to like, you know, KWAK, you know, type shit. And you know, that's when I really got into depth of like studying this culture. Like, you know, like I was listening to Big Daddy Kane, to like DJ Kool Herc, to like, you know, all these.
You did the history.
Yeah, I did the history. So just because like I had so much of like pure love towards this culture, you know what I'm saying? And I'll always be a guest, and I'll always be an outsider. That's
bro, you a welcome guest at this point. Fuck that.
No, I appreciate it.
It's funny because I feel like you had the best possible person reach out to you, because you might, I don't know how many engineers you worked with prior to Z. Yeah. I mean, maybe a few, but this guy, he's like a motherfucking robot with like a psychic device. He'll know when you're recording with Z, he'll know like, oh, he gonna want to do this takeover. He'll know you're gonna want to punch in here. He'll start doing the beat drops and all this shit. Like, and it's like I don't even need to say shit to him. He's just automatically doing it. It's one of the craziest engineers.
Hell yeah. I ain't gonna lie. He helped me. He's a big part of helping me form as an artist too, though, forming myself, because like I said, I was writing stuff on papers, on notes, and he was like, I wasn't punching in or nothing. I was reading the whole 16 straight off the thing.
Well, that was hard too, though. Like in my eyes, because like I was so used to like the working with Thug and them, like they're always punching in, freestyling and shit. But when he's like doing like raw 16, I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like this shit. Like,
that's some hip hop shit. That's
exactly. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's how I was doing. And mind you, this is, you know what I'm saying, like a few years ago, bro. So then now, like now it's to the point where it's like, man, it's like I feel like he helped me form for like this artistry. Now it's I don't write, bro. I go
not at all. He only listens to his ancestors.
Yeah, my ancestors. Hey, when my ancestors talk, when I go in that studio and my ancestors talk to me, they gonna tell me what to say, bro.
You don't even listen to me. But yeah, so
go ahead.
So like long story short, so that's when I started like doing my artist shit, like my rapper shit, and I was performing like around there. And then when I first came to the States, like I just thought like there was too many rappers. Like back then, it was like 2015, like that's when rappers were everywhere. Like SoundCloud was like still crazy type shit. So like I was like, damn, like how do I like network with people? Like I had to like force myself to be a producer, because like, oh, okay, it's like producers need it. Like there's a producer market that's like needed. So like that's when I started doing producing, and then you know that's how I kind of like got into like Thug Studio. And I'm saying like just
that's what I gotta ask you about that. Like, how the fuck you wind up working with YSL?
Shit, so I was interning to like a lot of different studios. I was interning at like
just in LA.
Yeah, in LA. Yeah, 3-4 different studios, and Crosby Recording Studio. That was the studio Thug was at. That's one of the studio I was interning at. And then the time that I was coming into that studio was when Thug was like kind of looking for a different studio. And yeah, and ever since like Thug kind of really like did like a permanent booking at that studio, like he really considered that studio as like his like home studio. That's when we really locked in, and I was going there like, you know, 3-4 days, like 72 hours to fucking, like 3-4 days like straight, you know what I'm saying, like a sleep in there. And Thug had his own room over there type shit, like, you know, he got his own bed, and like his whole people, like they live there type shit. So like I'll see them way more often than any of my homies, you know what I'm saying.
What's the longest session you ever did for Thug?
It's not really even like a session. It's like you go to, like, it's session like 365, you know what I'm saying? So like you just go there and then you record, and you kind of like swap out with your homies and shit, like your homie engineers. And you know, like I was a studio manager too, so like I'll go there, like I'll take care of them, you know what I'm saying, like whenever they need like food deliveries, or like it's a lot of shit. It's a lot of shit when it comes to like, cause Thug was like one of the biggest rapper, like,
right, that was the height of his career,
very high, like epitome of his career. So like, you know, there's a lot of shit that's come into the studio where like
he was like damn near the hottest rapper in the world at that point.
Exactly.
Like,
so
yeah.
So not only we were taking care of his music, but we were doing like assistant jobs too. You know what I'm saying? Just to kind of just smoothing all the jobs out. You feel me?
Was it I know you've seen some crazy shit as far as like bitches and drugs and all that. Like,
yeah. I mean,
that you can talk about.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, as you know, I can't really speak on too much of, you know, like shit that could negatively impact them just because of the unfortunate event they're going through. But they were always locked in. They'll always work. Like they will never like really pop out to the studio. They'll bring people to the studio. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll see like Drake and Birdman coming to the studio, but that's a very rare thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they would not like go to any other people's studio. You feel me? It was just because Thug, like they would have them like just come to the studio, and then, you know what I'm saying? And you know, obviously bitches still like strippers would like come there. Like they would have like their own strip party within the studio, which was a hassle. It's just because like, you know, like we know the outcome, we know the consequences to that shit. Like we have to fucking clean out everything. You feel me?
Yeah.
So like, and we had fucking snakes in the studio. I'm pretty sure we still have that snakes in that motherfucking studio.
I was there.
Yeah.
Slimy.
Yeah.
So you brought me there. I like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So I wanted to spoil Thrizzle. I was like, hey, bro, like if you're working with me, I'm gonna bring you to the most, like, you know what I'm saying, like #1 studio. You feel me? So like, I brought him there, and like
you got to meet Thug, or
Nah, I didn't get to meet Thug.
No, you met Got It. You met Lil Got It. I don't know if you remember, but Got It's like pretty. He's a figure. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so we had snakes, spiders, and like all that shit, like
spiders.
Yeah, bro. And then so like one of
in cages though.
Yeah. But like that's
I ain't fuck with no spiders walking around.
We don't fuck with reptiles, like, period. I mean, for me, but I one of our duty was to like fucking feed them. You know what I'm saying? As like a studio manager duty, like you have to like feed these motherfuckers, and like ain't no like staff members like want to do that. So like
you gotta feed them like mice or whatever.
Yeah,
rats.
like live ones. So like we had 2 snakes. So like, and we can't feed them all in together just because I didn't know, but they were telling me from the pet store, they were like, oh, you have to separate them or else they're gonna like, fight over it or some bullshit, which I did not care at all. But
kill each other for fucking.
Bro, I could not care less, but I just had to do it. So like I had to fucking pick them up and then fucking put them in a different like container box, and then throw like live rats, and I have to like throw them like twice because like they can't eat two rats at the same time type shit. So like I had to separate those times and then just time it together, and like some
poor rats, man.
Bro, so these look kind of cute too, I ain't gonna lie, bro. And then so I'm throwing them, and then so like I ain't trying to see all that shit, so like I'm trying to get out of that fucking place, and like
you just hear the blood
all I hear is
their last breath being
this is the life I chose, you feel me? But it's still like, it was a blessing to like just work in that type of environment where, you know, even punching in and shit, like that shit was new. Like when I first worked there, like I think it was like 2018, 19, like, and they were like way ahead of their time as far as like how they freestyle or how they like really like shape their music. You know what I'm saying? So
is Thug as much of a genius as he seems like he is?
I'd say even if anything, like he's more of a genius than people think. Like I heard some crazy ass music, some crazy ones, and then that's all unreleased too. Like I don't know, I still don't know why, but he
probably forgot they even made it type shit.
No, he'll still play it. Like all he listens to is his music. He don't listen to other people's music. You know what I'm saying? Like even when he's driving, like all that shit, like he always bumps his music. You feel me? So, you know, just working around that environment like teaches a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like how people work and like how, you know, they really like treat music. You feel me? because you always want to like know, like, okay, so if I want to get into, you know, the top of the place, like how do they really like work, and how does shit, you know what I'm saying, like how does shit function? And like when I'm seeing it's like, damn, like it's way more intricate than how people think. It's just not like, it's just, there's like so many like methods and like process that people like follow. You get what I'm saying?
What's the craziest thing you've seen fucking with Thug over there?
I can't speak on it. But I'll say this.
The craziest thing that you can speak on.
Personally, like, so I was like the only Asian over there. Well, like there was this other Korean homie. His name's Young Drip. Like they used to fuck with him a lot. But anyway, so like he was just like really like he was like he was from Korea, and like he's a really, like, I don't want to say fanboy, but he really has so much love and like respect towards the Thug. Like he would just let a lot of like bullshit slide, just because like a lot of like Thug's people, they're not really familiar with Asians, and you know,
He'll say some crazy shit.
I mean, you know, it's a typical like Asian shit, which he probably went through every time too, like Chinese shit, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll always get turned up with that shit, you know what I'm saying? And it was like a bad contrast, just because like this homie's like, you know, he's a fob, and like he loves Thug so much, like he would just laugh it up, but like I'm like, bro, like what you say, you know what I'm saying? Like
he's making y'all both look crazy, low key.
Type shit. So like I just had to like kind of educate them, because you know, just them being oblivious, you feel me? But that itself was kind of crazy, just because like, damn, like they really don't know. But then when I first like kind of had like a confrontation with these people, I thought they were trying to really like play me type shit, you know what I'm saying? But when you have like a depth conversation, they really had no idea. Like Chinese wasn't like a word for Asian, you know?
Right.
Yeah, so that was crazy for me.
Well, it's also like, you know, you got to think of a lot of those dudes are from Atlanta. There's not like a super heavy any type of Asian population out there.
For sure. Yeah.
Like me growing up in LA, like by the time I was fucking 6, I knew the difference between Chinese, Japanese, Korean, because I had homies from all these different, you know, Filipino, like, because all those people are around. We're like a super diverse city in that regard. Like, you know, so they just might, when you're not around it, you don't know.
Yeah. So like, I don't want to say it was Thug's people, but like Thug's people that was around with certain people, like they always want to crack jokes in front of Thug, and they always want to use me, because like it's like the easiest way to kind of, you know what I'm saying, like do like all the Bruce Lee jokes and all that shit.
Right.
So like I always get turned up and like just like,
Bruce Lee is fire though. Fuck all, ain't no.
Nah, for sure. Yeah, but then like the ching chang chongs and all that shit. You know?
Come on, man.
Yeah, but so those type of shit was like something I had to kind of expect to happen when I'm like pulling up to the studio. Okay, like some shit's gonna happen, you know what I'm saying? So like just me having that type of mindset, I'm like, damn, like I wish there's more Asians that like is like more stand up, you know what I'm saying?
That's why you had to bring Thrizzle through the damn studio.
Yeah, that all those factors, like, you know, like it definitely like influenced my decision of like, yeah, like I want to reach out to him, like I want to make music that's like, you know, more uplifting type shit. Yeah.
And people don't really try to play with you like that, I assume.
Nah.
Yeah, like.
But that's what I remember when I was with China Mac one time, and he was like, man, I'm gonna be on this Love and Hip Hop, I want to bring you on there. I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I want to show the world that all fucking Asians aren't just like nerds and bookworms and whatever. You know, we got some Asians that stand up. You feel me?
It's just kind of crazy to me that people look at being intelligent, successful, reasonable as like a bad thing. Like you should look at it like, damn, there's like a lot of Asian people are super intelligent and successful. Like the fact that people try to like put a negative connotation on that is kind of crazy. You know what I mean?
Just because some people might be more passive on certain shit.
Right.
And they always started like saying that shit when they're in front of like 15 or 20 of their homies. You know what I'm saying? Like you never say that shit solo. You never say that shit dolo when I'm like with you, and like you know that we're in the same.
That's just lame. You feel me? That's, I don't give a fuck who it is. That's like the fools that like when you kicking it at your cousin's crib and he's all nice to you and shit, and y'all are like kicking it. Then his homies come around and he starts trying to play you. Like that shit hella gay, fool. Like
y'all never say the same shit when y'all in South Korea. Like in my, like, you know what I'm saying, like when I'm with my homies and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just
different in LA in general, because and obviously there has been like tension between blacks and Koreans back in the day and all that, and during the time of the riots in South Central and all that, but that's like long gone. It's a different era now. And if you look, I say this all the time. Like, if you from not even just LA, if you from California, Los Angeles, San Diego, or the Bay Area, on a street level, the last people you want to fuck with are the Asians. Like, you do not fuck around with the fuck around. Like, even as a kid, like, I knew that. Like, you don't want to be put, like, I got homies that held me down, that, like, Korean homies that were not fucking playing in the slightest. And there's entire, like, obviously there's entire, like, Vietnamese gangs, all the, you feel me, like, TRGs and the Asian boys and Stupid Young and all them. Like, come on, bro. Like, don't fuck around. Like, you gonna find out the hard way. I'm gonna speak on some of the other organizations that be out here in K-Town and such. Like, motherfuckers is not playing, bro.
Just don't fuck with nobody if you don't really want to fuck with them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because my first time really ever, like, being around, like, 2001, I got the pen. No, it was 2003. I went back. I got out the pen and I went back for a violation. And then the Asians had the green light in the county jail, so they put me in a module. I'm telling them, like, what the fuck going on? I'm telling the people in the county, like, I'm like, bro, I'm a blood, homie. I'm blood. You know what I'm saying? I'm black. I'm Asian, but I'm black, bro. They're like, we can't put you in. We got to put you in the Asian module. And I call my homies like, blood, they got me fucked up, bro. They got me in the Asian module. And the homie, one of my G homies, like, man, kick it with your peoples, nigga. Kick back. You know what I'm saying? But that was the time I really, like, we had their own module. It was like just jail. It was just straight. And I was in there jailing with him, you know what I'm saying? And that's the first time I really got to see him, because, you know, and nigga, you know what I'm saying? A lot, they got some egg. They don't get it fucked up. They, man, do not. I don't understand why people get, you know what I'm saying? Some people might be just more passive or might let certain shit slide, but they got Asians that'll get funky on you.
You're gonna find out the hard way. It's funny what you just said. Something similar happened to one of my homies from my section, and he's a Southsider. You feel me? But he's Japanese. You feel me? Like, and but he Mexican, but he's not. He's full blood Japanese. And he, at the court tank, he wound up getting out last because they saw his last name and they put him. He's like, oh, and he's like, yo, what the fuck? And they're like, oh, we thought you was with the blacks and the others. You feel me? Like, he's like, nah. So we was all laughing at him. You feel me? When he came, like, he's all pissed off. Like that. You know, them kind of, it gets weird. Them little breakdowns and things. But you know, like they say, a wise man like Rakim once said, it ain't where you from, it's about where you at. You know? It ain't where you from, it's where you at, baby. So what's next for y'all, man?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, we got some shit coming in there, and I gotta say this, man. You know what I'm saying? Z, man. That motherfucker, like, I don't know if because he's working with Thug. I don't know if Thug jumped up into his bones, but he got them hooks, bro. Some of these hooks, you know what I'm saying? Even my baby mama, you say some of them hooks, like, man, some of them shits they just all his hooks are good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But he got some shit, bro. That's, man, I be listening to the songs like, God damn, you know, I feel like he needs to get more credit where credit is due, especially as far as being a musician, not just a producer.
Yeah, that's love. That's love.
Because I be telling people sometimes I be forgetting, because I want to give him his credit as a producer, but we grew into a relationship. He my homie too, though, like my bro, like he could call me whatever, like, so. Sometimes I'll be like, wow, you know, it's hard for me to tell people, where you at? I'm at the studio or I'm with my producer. But no, I mean, my homie, like, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to sometimes, because I want to give him his credit where he deserves his credit, bro. But he's a dope producer and he's a dope musician. I tell him too, like, well, I learned, and I tell everybody that's in the camp, I be like, bro, consistency is what's gonna get it. And I tell him, you gotta be consistent, you gotta draw, bro, because you know what I'm saying, that's what's worked for me, bro. I've been out 3 years, bro. I've been on No Jumper, I've been on Cinemills TV, I'm on your platform now. I've been on a whole bunch of shit, bro, just from being consistent, you know what I'm saying, and putting shit out there, like, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. Going crazy
for sure.
Juice to see what's next,
man, bro. Yeah, I never thought in my wildest dreams, bro. Like, shout out to my boy. I had a fan, he sent me $1,000 for my birthday out of nowhere. I'm like, what the fuck, you know?
I need your fans. What the fuck?
Hey, bro, I'm just saying, bro. Hey, shout out to my boy Christian Daly, bro. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, from Daly City, man. Yeah, but it'd be like,
keep it show Filipino 100%.
Man, yeah.
If you from Daly City, I'm gonna let you know right now.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Shout out yeah. Shot, but you know what I'm saying?
That's my Pinoy brother
Yeah,
right there.
for sure.
Party.
Hey, you know
Shout
what
out
it
my
is, party.
party.
Yeah, you feel me? Hey, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
that shit is like, you know what I'm saying? And where I'm going and how everything's moving, bro. I'm just grateful. Fool, I'm grateful. You know what I'm saying? That where I came from and to where I'm at, bro. I'm grateful for everything, and I try to just stay humble. And sometimes it amazes me. Like, nigga, we was in the studio. I like to resort back to this. We was in the studio with True Car, and it's like I'm thinking like, bro, because he's a bigger artist than me. Like, you know, I'm gonna give him his credit where credit's due. A bigger artist than me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm in the street with it. He in the industry. So it's like we in two different lanes. But it's like working with people like that, and then listening to his feedback and saying like, nigga, that, you know, keep that, bro. Don't think too much. That shit dope, bro. Like, do this and do it. It's shit like, all right, I'm doing something right then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You get that validation.
Yeah, like, all right, yeah, hell yeah.
Now, before we sky up out this motherfucker, I want to bring up our sponsor, okay? Now, you got 6 kids.
Yeah.
You feel me? But
Is your sponsor Huggies?
no, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you about my sponsor. You got 6 kids.
Yeah.
But you're in a relationship or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to Kaya.
Okay.
Yeah. Shout out to Kyle.
How long y'all been together?
3 years.
So okay, you're cemented then.
Yeah.
Cemented. Y'all got kids.
Yeah, we got one. Yep.
Y'all got a
and my
kid.
stepdaughter. Yeah, and my stepdaughter. Yeah.
Now I will say this. This product right here.
What is it?
This product right here will definitely add a little bit of spice to the relationship.
Before you say that, let me say this. If this is what I've been looking for a minute, I'm gonna have to have the sponsors tap in, bro.
Yeah.
If it is anything that's golden,
It's golden.
yeah. If it anything with the golden package,
Okay.
if anything that you, yeah. Oh,
She dipping. She's skying about it.
trying to
ready
break
yet.
the
You're not
back.
ready yet.
Hey, she should be scared.
Yeah, I'm trying because I'm the
it's
back,
getting down
the
tonight.
back breaker. What? Go ahead.
Okay, so it might add a little bit of spice.
Right.
But you got to be careful because you might have a 7th kid real soon.
Oh man.
You know, a lot of times be late night, you be faded,
Yeah,
mosey on down
Yeah.
to the LIQ,
Yeah,
the gas
yeah,
station. You
yeah.
get one of the little rhino dick pills, right?
Yeah.
But them things don't do it right. You feel me?
Right.
They be serving all kinds of headaches.
Yeah.
And it just,
Heart beating fast.
you feel me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
You might as well just, and I'm not advocating because, you know, I'm 3.5 years clean and sober.
Okay, yeah.
It kind of feel like you want some yayo or something, but in a bad way.
Yeah.
Now these right here, though, Royalty Honey USA.
Royalty Honey USA.
Royalty Honey USA.
The number one all natural sexual enhancement product on the market. You feel me?
Okay.
Now, if you mix it with some Hennessy and some pineapple juice,
You can mix it.
they call that a baby maker. You feel
Okay.
me? So yeah, you might.
Hold on. What's the name again?
Royalty Honey USA.
Royalty Honey USA.
You feel me?
Holla at me. I'm trying to break a back.
Yeah. So royaltyhoneyyusa.com, you will get if you put in your discount code Lush Uno, one word, all caps.
Yeah.
LUSHUNO, one word, all caps, but there's no cap. It'll make you light as a feather, stiff as a board, knocking it down like never before. And for y'all ladies, it works for y'all too.
Oh,
You feel me?
that's the double whammy.
It'll turn.
The honey whammy on there.
If you got a swimming pool, you feel me, in between your legs,
Dive it in.
it'll turn your pool into
An oasis.
an oasis.
okay.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Tsunami, swag surfing on them. You feel me?
Yeah.
So
if you want your mommy to be tsunami, you better holler at him.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to Royal Honey for the fucking with
Yeah.
the real one, Lush One. Uno.
yeah, you feel me? You gonna thank your
Yeah.
punani. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
The tsunami punani.
Yeah.
With that being said, I'm gonna make sure that I get you a pack next time I see you.
For
You
sure.
feel
No,
me?
I need that pack so because I'm definitely gonna you know what I'm saying, leave my comments on wherever it needs to be left at.
Yeah, 3 years in the game, it's going. You feel me? Turn it up a notch.
yeah.
And with that being said, any final words before we sky up out this motherfucker?
Man, hey man, stay logged in, stay tapped in, man, and fuck with those that fuck with you out there trying to win. You know what it is, Thrizzle, Fauna.
That part.
Yeah. So I go by the name of KWAK Z. I'm more known as a producer and engineer, but I got my artist shit coming in too. KWAK Z, just to tap in with me. KWAK on the Sunday morning going crazy, Shredder.
Sheesh. And with that being said, we about this biatch out this biatch.